All right, shalom, shalom. The Hebrew Israelites here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom. All right, and the downfall of Esau and Edom, man. Esau is done. All right, and you Israelites are about to be lifted up through Yahweh Shai, our Lord. Okay, spoken about in the scriptures. So first and foremost, want to give all praises, glory, and honor
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, elders of great millstone salutations. Much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. All right? Boy, read what I call for, brother.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 5 and verse 16. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine.
Right, that's what's coming. The evil arrows of famine. There's going to be a famine in this world, man. Especially in these first world countries, man. Don't expect to be going to going to Coast Guard to go get some chips. All right, well, I feel snackish. Let me go get some chips. That time is done soon. All right, soon y'all are gonna have rationing. All right, they're gonna bring in a digital system and they're gonna force you to be to ration out food to you, man. Okay, they're gonna put you people in a corner. That's what all this was all about. The C-19. All right, this war. All right, they're using that for their purpose. Okay, and we've been telling you that this was gonna happen, man. All right, go ahead.
Which shall be for their destruction.
Which shall be for what?
Which shall be for their destruction.
Their destruction. You sound like one body, man. For their destruction, man. Okay? You see? You people, the Lord is not with you people, man. The Lord is with the elect of the nation of Israel. Even 2/3 of our own people are not going to make it. So how much more you heathen? How much more you Edomites and Moabites and Ishmaelites? Go ahead.
And which I will send to destroy you. And I will increase the famine upon you. And will break your staff of bread.
Right, this is going to happen again. Listen, famine didn't happen to our nation one time. There wasn't one time when we were in famine. We were in famine every time there was a siege, there was a famine, man. What do you think a siege is about? The siege is about blocking out the supplies, blocking out the food, all right, where no one could go in, no one could come out, man. That's what Esau is doing to the whole world right now. He's setting up a global siege, starting with the elites, all right? That's what all these things are being used for, man, okay? Get me Ezekiel 4, brother.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4 and verse 16. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care.
And that's coming. You're gonna soon start to eat bread by weight and by care. You're not gonna have no seconds. Okay? If one of the people, if someone try to get seconds, there might be death. All right, this is where we're coming to. A great famine is coming out here, man. All this pride that these people have been having, that's over with, man. Go ahead. All right, that's over with. All right, the Lord is bringing judgment. Okay, for what? For His people, starting with the elect men of the nation of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, there's certain elect women amongst us too, but He's mainly dealing with the men. All right, go ahead, man.
And they shall drink water by measure, and with astonishment.
Right.
That they may want bread and water and be astonished.
Why do they want bread and water? Because there's not going to be a lot of bread and water around. You're not going to go to Maxi and get bread. You're not going to go to IGA. Oh, I feel like eating Italian bread today. I feel like eating the whole wheat. No, you're not going to eat whole wheat. There's not going to be no vegans in that time, man. All these people are going to eat what they can eat, man. All right. If there's a squirrel, if someone's eating roasted squirrel, yo, give me a piece of that. That's where we're coming to, man. I Am Legend times, man. You see? Matter of fact, I Am Legend, in the background, they had the gas price is the same as the gas price in New York right now. So I'm showing you that's all predictive programming, man. All right? And it's coming to that point, man. These people are still in la-la land, man. But that's good. Go ahead, finish that out, bro.
That they may want bread and water and be astonished one with another.
Right.
And consume away for their iniquity.
Ooh, they're going to consume away for what? For their iniquity, for the things they've been doing against the Lord, against what the scriptures say, right? We've been telling our people to get back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. The heathen don't have a chance, man. These Edomites, these other nations, they don't have a chance. The Lord doesn't care about them. He cares about our people, man. But the elect first, okay? The elect. Every other ones you were going to die, just like in the time of old, just like in the 70 AD, all right, when the Romans besieged Jerusalem, man. We were besieged multiple times in history, man. Not just one time, okay? This is the last captivity, man. This is the second exodus of Egypt for our people, man. The Israelites, man. All right? After this, there ain't no more captivity, man. Okay? But it's going to go down hard. Got more on that, bro?
No, that was good on that.
All right, what you got, bro?
I got 2 Ezra 15 and verse 19.
All right.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor,
Yes, sir.
but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread.
Right,
And
so a man's not going to have pity on his neighbor. The love of many shall wax cold. A man's not going to have pity on his neighbor in these times to come. All right? That, oh, good morning, that's going to, when there's no food around, they're just going to hit you upside the head and take what you got. This is the time we're coming to. All right? And you women, oh, I don't know what you're going to do, man. All that feminism, we're going to see how that works for you in that time, man. All right? Because there's great tribulation coming, man. Go ahead.
and for great tribulation.
Yep, great tribulation. All right, what does that mean? The times of trouble, hard times. You see, this is only the beginning. You think you worry about the gas price? The gas price is going to keep climbing, and then the food price is going to keep climbing to astronomical levels, and it's going to jump up quick. All right, go ahead, man.
2 Ezra 8 and verse 50.
Yep.
For many great miseries shall be done to them, and the latter time, and the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Right, now these people are prideful, man. All right, for the most part, okay? Especially these Edomites. The Edomites are the most proud, man. Okay? And these women. Esau and the women are the most proud and arrogant in this society, man. And they're going to be brought down the hardest. Okay? What you got, bro? Hold that second. That's 15. Go ahead, read that.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Because iniquity shall abound. Because there's all kind of adultery going on, all kind of freakism, all right? Promoting of eating all type of abominable foods, pork, shrimp. That's against the scriptures, okay? Pedophilia is running rampant in this society. Disorder, you know? You see, people are not dealing according to how the scriptures say to deal. Fraud, the taxes are ridiculous out here. All right? Go ahead. There's more than that?
Verse 21, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning
Yeah.
of the world to this time, nor ever shall be.
Right. And that's it. Go ahead. What you got, bro?
This is 2 Ezra 6 and verse 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear.
And friends shall fight one against each other like enemies. That's that love of many waxing cold. Go ahead.
And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall be still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
Go ahead, read that again. Go ahead, man.
2 Ezra 6 and verse 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall be still, and in 3 hours shall not run.
Go ahead. Well, what do you have? You have something, bro? Go ahead.
Matthew 10 and 36, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Well, that's it. A man's foe is going to be there of his own household. All right? That's why I don't think it's not, man, these people are enemies out here. If they don't have Yahweh Shem Yahushai, they're really enemies, man. They're potential, they have a high potential to sell you out, man. Even in these last days, you're going to see brothers who you thought was brothers and mighty men in the truth, thought, right? They're going to be selling out, man. Because the squeeze is going to be real. All right? You have people that were getting weak, contemplating about taking the juice, and that was light work, man. That was light work. And Esau's done with that now. He's moving on, man. All right? Go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
Yep.
The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear.
Like I've been saying for the longest time, man, this is all domino effects ready to hit for a major judgment, man. These people are still lollygagging out here, man. They think it's just, oh, it's going to go back to normal. No, it's no normal, man. All right? It's going to get more and more evil out here, man. Okay? To the point where cannibalism is going to be on the street. Famine is coming. All right? Don't forget the famine now. There's coming a famine. All right? So all you wicked people, man, you prideful people, all right? You wicked women, you wicked Edomites, you other nations, all right? Your pride is going to bring brought down to the ground, man. And we can't wait. Get me Isaiah 65, man. All right? Go ahead.
It reads on.
We can't wait because y'all been boasting yourselves for the longest time, man. All right? Talking buku shit. Go ahead, read.
Verse 19. Behold, famine and plague.
Oh, famine. What are you going to do in the famine? Huh? What are you going to do in the famine? Huh? You going to be able to boast yourself in the famine? When you ain't got no food, who's going to help you? Don't forget about chivalry, man. Man, the chivalry already died, and women killed it, all right? So forget about that. And what about you weak Edomites, man? What are you going to do? Huh? And you Jakes, you weak Jakes, what are you going to do? It says men shall be like women in that day, man. That's what it says, okay? So it's going to be a real evil time, man. And that's what we're coming into, man. So imagine what the children are going to be like, man. It's going to get real gruesome out here, man. And you Jakes that don't get right, don't listen to this word, you're going to be killed. The Lord is going to kill you, man. He ain't going to play with you, going to kill you and your family, man. That's how it's going to go. All right? Go ahead.
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendments.
Yep. Got something else?
This is Isaiah chapter 49 and 26.
I know you do.
I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh,
Yep.
and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine.
Why are they going to be drunken with their own blood? Because they're going to be cannibalism coming, man. This is in the Bible. How come the churches never told you that, man? This is all what's being set up now, man. Yo, you watch I Am Legend? You ever watch The Road? The Road is a good depiction. This is what's coming to these first. Don't think it's just going to be, it's just in Russia and Ukraine. No, it's coming to Canada. It's coming to America, all right? It's going to hit you hard, too, because you're used to convenience. That's why you got something called a convenience store, all right? Y'all are weak because of the cities, man. You know the cities was created for the woman, right? It's called a metropolitan, which means a mother city. It's created for, that was for the convenience, the store here, the store there. That wasn't created for men, all right? But a lot of you men are feminized because you're in the damn cities too that much, man. Go ahead, read that, man.
And off, read that again.
Yeah.
And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh,
Yep.
and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine.
Yep.
And all flesh shall know that I, the Lord, and thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob.
Get me Deuteronomy 20th chapter. Let's speak about it. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 19 and verse 9. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters.
This happened multiple times in history, man. Cannibalism, man. Dealing with the Israelites, man. That was all dealing with a siege. This is the final time, and it's going to be worse than any other time. Get me Jeremiah 30 and 7, bro. All right, I know you're holding something. Hold Jeremiah 30 and 7. Read that, continue.
God, and they shall eat everyone the flesh of his friend, and the siege and straightness wherewith their enemies, and they that seek their life shall straighten them.
Next thing. Oh, okay, great. Perfect. Read that. Read that.
That's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
None is going to be like this day that's coming up. This day is going to be the greatest and the most evil and scary time for these people, man, than any other day on the earth, man. This is the time we're coming to. We're talking about a time period, not just one day, a time period, man, of judgment. Go ahead.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
It's the time of Jacob's trouble, man. So it's a judgment period, and we're building up to it. All these things are domino effects to that great prophecy, man. All right, go ahead.
But he shall be saved out of it.
But he, who's he? The elect. The elect. It says, come not near any man that had the mark. Okay? And then women, they're gonna be crawling to us, man. And we're gonna be kicking most of y'all to this curb. We might not take none of y'all in that time, man. That's how it's gonna be. That's all prophecy, baby. All right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28,
Give me
verse
Daniel
53.
12.
And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters.
This is what's coming back. The cannibalism is coming. Because there's a famine coming, man. Go ahead, keep going, bro. Keep going. Oh, the bread baskets are stopping, like Hungary, Ukraine. They're not giving out grain no more, man. They're only keeping it for themselves now. So that's going to cause a global food crisis, man, for bread. But not just bread. It's going to be everything else is going to be a crisis as well. Because Esau's setting this up, man. That's why they're setting up laws in different places like Germany where the farmers can't use all of their land. They can only use a portion of their land. Oh, because of carbon emissions. So they're using it as an excuse to starve out the people, man. Oh, no, you don't have too much carbon, but you got people starving. That's what they want. All right? So it's all a plan. Go ahead.
It says, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body,
Yep.
the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy power hath given thee,
Right.
in the siege and in the straitness.
Yeah, so you're going to have people who have like kids and shit. They're going to just boil their kids and eat them, man. That happened in 70 AD, man. That's what's getting ready to happen. All right? You know they don't give a damn because they get abortions left and right any damn way. They don't really care about their kids like that, man. All right? But in that time, they're going to throw some hot sauce on Junior, man. Go ahead.
It says, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee.
Yep.
Verse 56.
Oh, the siege, right? So it all has to do with a siege. That's in Judith. You can find that in Judith, the 5th chapter. All right? It's in Judith, the 5th chapter, because that happened again. All right? Go ahead. And you know who was the main one that was behind that? Esau. Esau came to him and gave him that idea, man, with Moab. So this is how Esau operates, man. Go ahead, bro.
56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which will not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicacy, for delicateness.
Right.
and tenderness.
Our woman used to be feminine, believe it or not, man. All right? Believe it or not. Okay? Now they're like, you know what I mean? They're brutish, man. All right? Go ahead.
And tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
Right, so they're evil now, okay? They're evil toward their husband and their children. All right? Go ahead.
And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet,
Yeah.
and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the sea.
And that's not parabolic. That's actual. That's literal. That's literally going to happen. It's already happened. It's going to happen even worse in this time. All right? What do you think happens in a famine? You think people in a famine, they just, I'll just hope and wait. No, these people have no morals to begin with. The moral decay in this society is already at the all-time low. These people are going to do whatever it takes, man. All right? Go ahead.
For want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates.
Right. You have something, Shaquat?
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, and verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
Right. They that be slain with a sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, man. All right? Because when you die of hunger, that's a slow, painful death. Go ahead.
For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field.
Yeah, they pine away. All right? You waste away. You wither. Okay? And it's a slow, painful death. It's better to get shot in the head, man. All right? Go ahead.
That's it on
That's it on that? What you got, Makai?
I got that Daniel
You got
12.
something? Okay, go ahead. Read what you got, man.
Daniel 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Yeah.
And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Thy people shall be delivered, man. Okay? That's the Israelites. But only the ones that are found written in that book, which is the elect. Give me Ezekiel 9. Oh, you got it? Give me Ezekiel 9 and 4, Mahaya.
Come.
What you got, bro?
Isaiah 65.
Sure, go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse
11.
verse 11. Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 11. But ye are they that forsook the Lord,
Yep.
that forget my holy mountain,
Yeah, you Israelites, man. You don't forsook the Lord. You forsook your power, man. Go ahead.
that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number.
Who's that troop? Esau, Edom. All right? The so-called white man. All right? You don't prepare the table for it. In other words, you sold out. Okay? You had them Gadite scouts. They sold out too. The Native American scouts. They done sold out, and they got put in the same paddy wagon, man. All right? So you're gonna get thrust through as well. Go ahead.
Therefore will I number you to the sword,
Yep.
and ye shall all bow down to the
So
slaughter.
you're going to bow down to the slaughter. Meaning what? The Lord is going to actually destroy you because you done sold out. All right? Go ahead.
Because when I called ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes,
Who did he call you through? His prophets. Go ahead.
and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty.
So when that famine comes, you guys are going to be starving, all right, thirsty, but the elect of the Lord is going to eat. So we're not worried about the rationing. We're going to get what we need, man. We're going to get, the Lord is going to provide for his men, all right? Okay? So we're not worried about that, man. We're not worried. Go ahead.
Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
I can already see these people bugging out. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. We got to go get rationings and we're just going to be calm. Yeah, it is what it is. Right? And they're going to be bugged out just because of that, man. Go ahead.
Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart,
Yeah.
but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart.
Right, we're going to sing. We're going to be happy in that day, man. All right? They're going to be all scared and nervous and don't know what to do. But we're going to be happy in that day, man. All right? Because when that famine comes, what are they going to do? Huh? When Esau rose and says, you got to take this digital chip to get anything, what are they going to do? Most of these jakes don't got no jobs. Most of these jakes is just on the streets. No shopping. What are they going to do? Bring their dirty money to them? He's only going to give you a fraction. And you're going to have to take the chip. Get me Revelation the 13th chapter, bro. All right? We told you. Don't say you weren't warned, man. All right? We done told you already. Go ahead, bro. Oh, there's a little bit more than that.
And shall howl for vexation of spirit.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Mark 13 and 19. For in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation, which God created into this time, neither shall be.
Right. It's gonna be a great affliction that's never been seen before. All right. All right. These people don't know. These Canadians. Which one of these Canadians know about famine, man? Huh? Even your grandparents don't really know about famine. They don't know about no famine, especially not the famine that's coming. Okay. It's gonna surpass World War I and World War II, man. You understand? This place is going to crash heavily, man. The amount of money they've been printing, this bubble is going to pop drastically, man. You always think that gas price is getting a bit high. No, it's gonna get crazy. And so are the food prices, man. When you go buy a loaf of bread that's $100, you're like, shit. But they're not giving you raises that are the same as this inflation. You crazy? Oh, I got a $5 raise. Oh, yo, that's different. No, that's not going to help you, man. $5 raise is not going to help you. Okay? $30 an hour is not going to help you. Because gas, you might have to pay $350 just to fill up the tax room. That's coming. All right? That's why they're moving to that electrical thing, because that's going to, they're going to start saying, listen, now the cars put too much carbon out. So we're going to move, no, because carbon is the new boogeyman. Carbon, Russia thing, that's the new boogeyman. Every year there's a new boogeyman. It's never stops. It has to transition from a boogeyman to another. These people don't get it. That's why they walk around with a mask on their face taking a job. What's wrong with these people, man? Huh? Yo, these people are retarded, man. Okay? They talk about, oh, you got high IQs. You Edomites have the lowest IQ of all nations, man. Now that IQ shit is bullshit, man. All right? But I'm making a joke, all right? But at the end of the day, yo, what sense does that make? They're showing you 3 weeks ago the C-19 was the most deadly thing on the earth. Like, we need to stop the planet, lock down everything. Now, just the next 3 weeks, no, it's all good. Now Russia's the new boogeyman. You people are retarded, man. Okay? And the Lord is going to bring judgment, man. And we've been telling you, man. For years, man. We tell you that Russia was going to go against America. Our apostles go back 30 years. We told you that. All right? Now you see it coming. The famine is coming too. Don't forget about the famine now. All right? Soon you're not going to be able to go to Kushtar to go buy no, I'm going to get some chips. I feel for some soda pop. That's done. All right? You're going to be hoping that the water, they don't destroy the water coming out of the tap, because that's going to come too. Soon you try to open that tap water, it's not going to be there. No, it's not going to come on, bro. All right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 9. Death and bloodshed strife and sword, calamities, famine.
Woo! All these are part of judgment. And these happen multiple times, but this is like we read before, this is going to be the greatest time in history. It's going to be the most destructive, the most evil. All right? You understand? It's going to be worse than all those times. Go ahead.
Famine,
Oh,
tribulation, and the scourge.
so no more to be
These
said.
things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
Right. Right. For their sakes came the flood. So right now what you're seeing in the earth is flood-like behavior. They done surpass what happened before the flood because they got all this technology, man. And the Lord already prepared it from the beginning that there's going to be a judgment of fire. All right. Dealing with what? Dealing with the nuclear war. All right. So ultimately, before that, there's going to be all kind of hell on this earth, man. Okay, famine, like we said before, cannibalism, people are invading one another. All right, or wives getting ravished, all kind of things coming to this earth, man. Because people, it's going to be lawless out here. All right, get back to 2nd Ezra 15th chapter, Brother Kishan.
Sure.
Okay, you're holding it. All right, continue off where you were at.
Con.
All right, but hold on. There's one there. There's one there. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Con, 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 20. Behold, saith the Most High,
Yeah.
I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south and from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them.
That's World War III. Okay, he's going to cause all of them to come together and fight against another in World War III. All right, and eventually turn against Babylon the Great, which is America. All right, go ahead. And he's doing it for what? For his people, for us, for the Israelites. What has been done to us? Listen, judgment has to come. You Edomites did all this wickedness. Judgment has to come. All right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also.
And they do yet this day unto my chosen. Is Jake not still getting shot by the police, man? All right? And plus they're poisoning Jake's food. There's a lot of shit they're doing in the background, man. Planned Parenthood was set up to exterminate you, Jakes. Okay? Margaret Sanger said it. Out of her own wicked mouth. All right? And that's, oh, by the way, that's one of Hillary Clinton's idols, man. Showing you Jakes don't think. You Jakes are not putting the puzzle together, man. Go ahead, man.
Con, Salaka, verse 21, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen,
Yeah.
so will I do also in recompense in their bosom.
Joel the third chapter.
Thus saith the Lord power, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth.
And all this land was innocent blood was shed on it, man, by these Edomites, man. Okay? America, same thing. Australia, same thing. All right? Esau's all about, oh, Panama. Look up the Panama deception. You crying about what Russia's doing. What these Americans did in Panama was gruesome. All right? You understand what I'm saying to you? Testing weapons on those people, man. Melting people in their cars. There's a documentary on that, man. Okay?
Yeah.
So you Edomites are a bunch of hypocrites, man. Go ahead, man.
Verse 23, the fire is gone forth from his wrath and hath consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled.
Right. What's going to consume it? The elements of the earth? The nuclear fire. All right? The nuclear fire is going to consume it. Go ahead.
Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power, defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him,
Right.
and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction.
Right. So the Lord has been watching everything that's been done on the earth, man. Okay? For you Edomites, all right? And you Israelites joining unto them and what you're doing as well. Okay? So he's seeing this. So the judgment is prepared. It's very simple. Okay? Esau wants it to go away, man. That's why he's trying to get rid of what's that called? What's that? Huh? Yeah, critical race theory they call it. But it's just fact. It's critical race fact. But you see, there's one Edomite that said it. She's like, oh, well, you know what? What the thing is this? That if they really let that out, they're gonna start seeing their grandparents in the pictures, man. Their aunties and uncles and shit. Because you Edomites are guilty of hanging and lynching children, babies. But now you're humanitarians, man. Okay? So this is why you're being exposed all around the earth, man. But he's gonna go and point the finger at everyone else, tell them how they should live, man. He's a big hypocrite, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse,
There's more. Go on. Go ahead, brother.
Done. Verse 27, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them, for the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him.
Right, because we have sinned against our power, man. And you Edomites took the book in your hand, so you sinned too. Right? Don't you have the Bible in your court system? Don't you have your president swearing on the Bible? So you're guilty too. Go ahead. Salaki, read what I asked you.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right, because we were first delivered out of the land of Egypt. Get me Isaiah 11 and 11. Now this is a different deliverance, which is going to be where? In the land of the north, North America. Okay, but it's not just going to be here or in America. It's going to be in all around the earth, but this is going to be where the greatest deliverance is. Okay, in North America, starting with Babylon the Great, of course. Go ahead.
But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Right, so we're not even going to talk about the deliverance of Egypt no more. Go ahead and read that.
Isaiah 11 and verse 11, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros.
A second time. He said he shall get his hand a second time, because the first time was in Egypt.
Yep.
And who delivered us in Egypt? It was Yahweh. It was his right hand, man, that angel in the chariot. So his right hand is coming again, which is a Yahweh to deliver the elect. Okay? And by the way, Egypt is still talked about to this day.
Yep.
Okay, they had movies, the Ten Commandments. Right? So that was a great deliverance, man. That one of my favorite cartoons was the Prince of Egypt, man. I watched that multiple times, man. At least they didn't make them look like straight up Edomites, you know?
Yeah.
But that was a good movie. But that Egypt was a small empire. It wasn't a big empire. All right? America is a huge empire. The NATO, the beast, that's the biggest empire that's ever lived. You understand? So this deliverance is gonna far outweigh that. Because they really believe they can't be brought down. Esau's mindset, get me that who shall bring me down? Esau's mindset is he can't be brought down. You got it if you got to read it quick. All right?
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 14 and 13.
Their houses.
Yeah,
You got that?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Read this and read that. They're going to give them a 1-2 punch. Go ahead.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars.
What are they doing now? They have a space program, man. They've been went up into heaven, going back to the 1969. All right? And that's when the truth started to really come out with Elder Abba Bivens. Because the Lord said as soon as they do that, that's when they're going to start falling, man. So the society, the moral of the society started to decay. Feminism started to happen after in the 70s heavily. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what else happened? The integration, right? So there was a lot of moral decay in this earth that happened, man. Jake started following after Esau's ways, man. Okay? Oh, the alphabet community, they just promoting that to children now. They got Transformers reading books to children with skirts on, man. All right? So the moral decay, the morality of this place is done. Go ahead.
This is Obadiah, verse 3. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Right. The pride of thy heart has deceived you. Right? You thought you were going to continue forever, man. You thought that no one could take you down. And to prove Esau's proud, look, what did he say about the Titanic? He said, oh, not even God could sink it. What happened to it inside the bottom of the ocean? Right? I wouldn't get on no damn plane if I hear the pilot say not even God. I need to go. I'm not
Take a parachute.
I'm gonna reschedule. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 14 and 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Right, because these Edomites are gonna be brought lower than all other nations. Right? All these other nations at one point we're gonna give them their portion and let them do what they do and flourish on their own land. Right? After their punishment, of course. Okay? But Esau, forget about that. Go ahead. Okay, that was it on that? Okay, go ahead.
Psalms 49 and verse 11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Right, Esau really believes he's going to rule forever in his mind. He really thinks that. That's why whenever he thinks about the end of the world, he's like the world is blows up. No, the world's not blowing up. You're getting out of rulership. So the earth could set up one that's over it that's profitable.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
one.
that's what you have? So like you read that real quick.
Con, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus,
Yeah, vocab. This is Hebrews hopscotch. Go ahead.
chapter 10, and verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord,
Yep.
and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Right, which is Yahweh Shai. And under him is the Israelites, man. Starting with 144,000. That's who's going to be profitable to this earth. Okay? Because when you go into it, they created the earth. All right? That's why the scriptures say what? He created the world and the world knew him not.
Yeah.
He was amongst them and he don't know that he put their spirit together. They don't even know that. All right? I brought you in this world, I could take you out. Yahweh Shai could have said that for real.
Yeah.
All right? Go ahead.
And their dwelling places to all generations,
Yeah.
they call their lands after their own names.
Right. Does not Esau call his lands after his own names? Oh, what's that? America. It's named after Amerigo Vespucci. Okay? It's not named after what the Gadites named it, the Native Americans named it. It's named after a damn Edomite. All right? So that's what they do. They got these different streets, got different Edomite names on them. Sir Winston, this, that. They're all Edomites, man. Okay? Go ahead. That's it. There's more than that?
No, that's the most.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 47 and 7, and thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things in thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
The latter end of it, man. You didn't remember that you would have to be judged. You didn't remember there was a recompense, man. All right? The Lord doesn't allow wickedness to just flourish on the earth. Every kingdom went down. All right? What do you think is different about America? The Babylonians went down, the Persians went down, the Medes went down. All right? The Greeks went down, the Romans went down. Well, those are all Edomites, by the way. All right? But this is just an extension of the Roman Empire coming back into power. But this is about to be completely destroyed. And the Israelite is going to... what do you have? What do you have?
Ecclesiasticus.
Okay, go ahead.
Con, it's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10 and verse 14. The Lord has cast down the thrones of proud princes.
Woo! And Esau is the most proud. All right? You Edomites, you so-called white people in the Bible are known as thou most proud. Esau, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Okay? Go ahead. We identified you according to the scriptures. Go ahead.
And set up the meek in their stead.
Right. We set out the meek. Right? So what happens? When the Edomites are brought down, listen, that's it for them. Okay? The Israelites are going to be put into power under Yahweh Shai, which is a so-called black man with white woolly hair. Man. Okay? The Lord is not playing no games, man. When he comes back, he's coming to shed blood, man. And he's starting with Esau Edom. Go ahead.
And the Lord had plucked up the roots of the proud nations.
Woo! Yep.
And planted the lowly in their place.
Planted the lowly. Who's the meek? The meek shall inherit the earth. The Israelites, man. Starting with the elect.
That's right.
Okay? 'Cause a lot of you Israelites is proud too. All right? So start with the elect. Go ahead.
Verse 16. The Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundations of the earth.
That's it, man. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to come and destroy all these different countries. What you got, bro?
This is Matthew 10 and verse 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
Well, that's Esau. All right? Esau's going to fall from heaven, man. Matter of fact, go up. Go up one now. Go up one now. Go
Okay.
up one now. With Lucifer. Oh, no. Excuse me. Go to Isaiah 14.
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12. How art thou fallen from
That's a
heaven,
spirit.
Oh,
Don't tell me
Lucifer.
this. The body ain't working, bro. Go ahead.
O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Yeah.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?
Lucifer is speaking about what? The Edomites, the elites. Okay, the light bearers, man. In this world, the so-called light bearers. Because this is like this is like a taunting proverb, man. Okay? How have you fell down to the ground when you weakened all the nations? Meaning what? You set up your economic hitmen, you force them to take deals and and gave them unreasonable interest, and you forced them to take it. And if that person didn't want it, that leader, they would kill him or set up propaganda against him, and then set up a puppet leader. That's how these Edomites operate all around the earth. That's how they've been operating. Okay? And then they look at it, okay, oh, it's a third world country. Well, you devils started that. You devils created it, man. All right? Before it was doing good. You see how they operate? Like Libya, right? In Libya, like when you were married, they gave you like $20,000 when Gaddafi was in there, man. Right? And you got free health care and all that. Then Esau came in. Now it's through. Now it's done. Now, forget about it. That became a war zone, and it's done. Go ahead.
Verse 6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered.
Right, he that beat the people with a continual stroke, man. That's the Edomites, man. Okay, because he rules like a damn demon, man. All right? That's why he's going to be taken out of power. And the real royalty is going to be put in power. These Edomites are not royal. All right? These Edomites are peasants walking in a leadership position. See what I'm saying? Okay? Okay, so I can go ahead, bro. Go ahead, read what you got.
This is Isaiah 2 and verse 11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down.
All that pride, you see these Edomites walk by, they got their nose up in the air. All that pride is going to be brought down in these times, man. We're not worried about that. That's really a sign of someone who's empty inside, man. All that arrogant, all that fake arrogant, that inflated ego shit. That's why Esau had to put up this propaganda against our people, because he knows he's lesser than us, man. You understand? The reason why he said you can't do this, but everything he said we couldn't do, we did it, and we did it better. Right? The filament of the light bulb, who created that? Latimer. It was actually Edison's slave who created it, the filament for the light bulb. Okay? But he gets the credit for it. You see, Esau, see what Esau is? He's a damn scam artist, man. And a fraud. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
And the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day.
Right.
For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low.
Right, everyone that's lifted up shall be brought low. And these Edomites have been lifted up. Okay, and they're going to be brought very, very low. The lowest amongst all nations. You see? And we as the Israelites, we've been brought low, but we're going to be brought up above all other nations, because that's really the rightful place. Get me that there. Is an error in the earth? That's what we're getting, right? Oh, you have it too? Okay. Okay, let me read this. Go ahead, read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun,
Right?
as an error which proceedeth from the ruler.
Yep.
Folly is set in great dignity.
And don't tell me folly's not set in great dignity in this earth. Right? Look at YouTube. Look at the top videos on YouTube. Well, what is it? It's all folly. A guy dressed up like a banana. Some stupidness. There's nothing of educational purpose. Nothing enlightening. Because this is the true dark ages. They said when we were ruling in Europe was the dark age. No, this is the dark ages, man. Go ahead.
Folly is set in great dignity,
Yeah.
and the rich sit in low place.
Uh-huh.
I have seen servants upon horses.
Who is the servants on horses? The Edomites. All right, they're on horses right now, man. The elites. All right, which are what? Which are Edomites, and their people. They're on horses. Go ahead.
And princes walking as servants upon the earth.
And who are the princes? We're the princes, man. The Israelites. Yasha Allah, Israelite. It actually breaks down to he is a prince of God, or he is a son of God, man. All right, which God is the king, right? The Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the king. So we are the sons of the king. Why do you think Michael Jordan they damn near had to make rules for Jake, man, in the sports, man. And Jake be doing shit. Michael Jordan was literally walking in the air. You understand what I'm saying to you? So they said, listen, at one point Esau said you can't walk on the air. That's traveling. Showing you, bro, Jake is on a higher level, man. The Lord made us better. That's just the facts, man. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 82 and verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High.
Keep going on that though.
But
We
ye
are
shall
God.
die.
What does God mean? God means a power, a judge. All right. That's why the Lord cut them when they asked him, "Are you make yourself equal to God?" He said, "Does not it say in your law that ye are gods?"
Yeah.
All right. But right now we're in a position of men. Read that right now.
But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes.
Right. We're in a position of men right now. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot there. You got something?
So Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6.
Right.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right. Thou art a special people, man. Okay? Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You understand? So it's not equal to all people, it's above all people. That's just the facts. Right? You can get emotional about it, but it's the facts of the matter. Okay? Go ahead.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 8. He raises up the poor out of the dust and lifted the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory.
Right, that's the Israelites. Go ahead.
For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them.
Right. Read Revelations the second time. What you got? Hey, this. How you doing, man? You all right? You good? You all right? Good, man. Good. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 10 and verse 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Jeremiah 10 and verse 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name.
The Lord of hosts is his name, man. All right? And Israel is the rod of his inheritance, man. Your other nations are not of the inheritance of the Lord. Okay? That's why you're not going to inherit the land. See? That's why it says that the kingdom shall not be left to other people, meaning other nations. Oh, speaking of, Moab, right? Moab can't enter into the congregation of the Lord. It says even unto the 10th generation. Which it might as well said the 100th generation. You understand? Because Moab, that's just another way of saying, listen, I don't care how long it is. I don't care if it's a 10 generation. You Moabites can't come up in here the way
That's
you look.
right.
All right? Yeah, that's racism. Hold on, that's blatant racism. Well, the Lord is racist. Okay, you actually, oh, you guys are racist. Yeah, what does the word racist mean? It means he that is for his people. Okay, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 24 and verse 17.
Yep.
I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel.
That's Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Shed.
Hey, Moab's gonna get it, man. Because what is Moab doing right now? Right? So-called Chinese. What are they doing? They're pushing forth Babylon. They're pushing forth the ways of Esau. They're beating Esau in his own ways. They got the technology. They're polluted. Hong Kong is like a damn walking into a garage full of cars, right? That are all on. It's a polluted place. I think it's one of the most polluted. Why? Because they're following after Esau's ways. Oh, thou has been partakers with it? Get me that. Oh, do you have something else for it, brother?
This is Jeremiah 48 and 29. We have heard the pride of Moab. He is exceeding proud.
Yep.
His loftiness and his arrogancy and his pride and the haughtiness of his heart.
And you think Moab would be humble the way they look, man? All right? You think they would bow his head down, man? Go ahead.
Verse 38. There shall be a lamentation generally upon all the housetops of Moab,
right,
and in the streets thereof.
Right.
For I have broken Moab like a vessel wherein is no pleasure, said the Lord.
Right, because in this world economy, Moab's doing good. All right, Moab's doing good, and these heathen are doing good. All right, the heathen are, man. Listen to me, man. I just seen a person yesterday. This Elamite. Just look like a regular Edomite, like an Edomite. It's a regular guy, and he was just telling me, he went to the bank, said, yeah, I only got $250,000 in the bank. I said, $250,000 in the bank? I said, okay. But that's how these heathens come. They come over here, they got bread when they come over. They're coming over like Jake. Jake is coming over here with $1. He's coming over like $1 just hoping to make it, you know, to the paycheck to paycheck. But these other nations, they're living good. All right? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 42, and Moab shall be destroyed from being a people because he has magnified himself against Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai.
Right. Doesn't mean they're going to be fully destroyed, but not like Esau. Esau is going to be done. The Edomites are going to be done away with, according to the prophecy. Go ahead. And that's good riddance to you Edomites, man. All right? We're so happy. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 46. And thou, Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person.
Ooh, you're a partaker of Babylon, and you are the glory of her person, because everything you do is, you exemplify what Babylon is all about. You got, and what these elites are trying to do, they use that land, China, as a testing ground. Okay? Like, that's why they already have this social credit system set up over there, man. That's already set up, bro. That's already set up. That whole watching everything, cameras everywhere, the high level of technology. They're far advanced with the technology. That's why that Huawei phone is better than these American and Canadian phones, man. All right? That's why they had to start that propaganda against it, man. But that's why Moab's going to be destroyed, because Moab is partakers with Babylon. Go ahead.
It says, and art the glory of her person. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom.
You made yourself like, when a Moabite comes to Canada, they sound like an Edomite. If you don't look, you think, oh, that's an actual Edomite behind you. Right? But then when you look, it's like, oh my, you see the eyes and shit. Like, wait a minute. Hold up. I thought you were an Edomite. I thought you were a so-called white person. Okay? No, because Moab is what? They're just like Babylon, man. They're trying to be like Babylon. See them eat them. Moabites, they be in the sun and they have an umbrella. They're the only nation with an umbrella. Moab's a weird nation anyway, but they're the only nation with a damn umbrella. Okay? Gmo Foods. Moab is big on that. They have weird videos of them plastic making rice. Okay, that's why you gotta watch. Don't be buying no Chinese rice and shit. Okay? Because they be literally grinding up. But they're not high. Like Esau is slick with it, right? Esau will mix it in there and you know. He'll start it from a seed, you know. It's a GMO seed that grows into rice. But Moab will actually grind up bottles, you know, in the shape of rice and feed it.
That's crazy, bro.
The lettuce, they have something called fake lettuce. So Moab is going deep into what Esau is all about. You know?
I see the banana blow up.
Like it was wrong.
Yeah, bro.
Funny your face on the video.
From my face, bro. Wow. We watched it for like an hour, about an hour.
Wow. Yeah, man. That's why it says, shall eat our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles, man. You know? Right?
It says, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore say Yahweh.
And all her works and inventions. Look at all their technology. It's the same as they didn't surpass Esau with it, man. That's why Esau he be hating. He hates on it. Esau's an all-time hater of all nations, man. He's the all-time hater, man. Okay, go ahead. That's why you'll hear some of them lash out at Moab because they're hating. You know, because they see them coming up, you know. But Moab is not. Don't worry. You don't gotta worry about that, Esau. Moab is not gonna be next in power. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Therefore said Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, I will send plagues upon you, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword.
Recently, the Moabites are trying to tell their people to start stocking up food. Right? So famine is coming to Moab too. All right? Because they're following after the ways of Esau Edom. Go ahead.
Sword and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death.
Yep.
And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as flour when the heat shall arise that is sent over.
Yep. That's it. All right?
This is Revelation 17 and verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
That's it. They've all committed fornication with America. I mean, they made deals with her. They followed after the philosophies. Okay, go ahead.
And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
They're drunk. They're intoxicated with the mindset of Esau. So they don't know no better. They actually think democracy is good. These people. They think it's a good thing. They think that feminism is good. It will help the society. But now they're starting to realize, they're like, wait a minute. The birth rates is low. Japan, they got something called, China, there's something called leftover women. It's even worse in Japan. It's even worse in Japan. Because they're following after Esau's ways and it's not working. Because his ways are not good. All right? That's what they're realizing. Read that again, please. Read that again.
Verse 2, with whom the kings of the whole earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Right, because they're following after the so-called women. They're following after Edom, the devil. All right, so after that, they're going to realize that it's not working. All right, they're going to realize. They're starting to realize that now. All right, and they're going to start coming up against it. Go ahead. Salaki, go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 7.
Yep.
Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
And Babylon's what? America. Go ahead.
That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad.
They've drunk of her wine, meaning they took on her philosophies, her ways. All right? And now they're mad. Now they're starting to become mad because they see that it was all a scam at the end of the day. Like I said, that's why they have low birth rates in all these different places, man. No families are being destroyed. There's no more family structure. GMO foods and people are all sick. All right? Because that's all comes back to America. Okay? Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiasticus 19 and verse 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
Yeah.
Neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence.
That's right. All right? You're in the camp, bro. Well, the knowledge of wickedness is not prudence, man. Okay? And it's not wisdom. Okay? To know how to do a GMO food, that's not wisdom. That's a mad scientist. Okay? And I guarantee you what, these elites, they're not eating that crap. They're eating good. They're eating the real shit. They're eating real food. All right? Their wine doesn't have sulfites in it. You understand? So Esau is his ways are wicked. Okay? And he's not smart. If you think he's smart, which smart man would pollute the water he has to drink? Look at the DuPonts, man. He got to breathe this air. He got chemtrails going every morning. You see chemtrails in the sky. You have to breathe this air. You got, oh no, we're going to start a car industry and have it pollute the earth. Like they didn't know it was going to pollute the earth. They knew exactly what it was going to do. But it was convenient for them. They don't give a damn what they destroy. But now they're the saviors of the earth. Now they're trying to save the whole planet. So Esau's the villain at night, right? He's the villain. He puts on the octopus, Dr. Octopus. But then when the morning, he transforms into Spider-Man. Esau's the devil that the Bible speaks of. I'm speaking about you so-called white people, man. All right? Go ahead, man. Who's reading?
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, and verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
And shouldest destroy them that destroy the earth. You Edomites have destroyed the earth. All right? And these other nations are following after your ways. Okay? Give me the keepers of the house. All right? Because you Edomites are the ones that's responsible. If you have a business and you have a manager over your business, you're not going to blame the employees per se. You're going to blame the manager. Okay? You Edomites are the managers of the earth. And you destroyed the whole earth. Okay? You got that? Okay, go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 25.
Yep.
Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord,
Yep.
which destroyeth all the earth.
Woo. You destroying mountain. What does the mountain represent? The government. Okay, the government of these Edomites. Starting with America. That's really speaking about America first and foremost, because that's their head city, their head country. Okay? Go ahead.
And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee,
Isaiah 24.
and roll thee down from the rocks, and I will make thee a burnt mountain.
How is he going to make them a burnt mountain? By nuclear fire. And it's World War III that's coming. Okay? There's a lot of things coming to this earth. Famine is one. All right? World War III is another. And we've been telling you this for years. This is nothing new. Oh, but the scriptures say that they don't hear the poor man's words. They hear the rich. Like if it was Jay-Z, or if it was an Edomite, Edomite doesn't even have to be rich. If it's an Edomite in a suit, he'll tell you that they'll believe it. Okay? Go ahead, man.
The book of Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away.
The earth languisheth and fadeth away. Why? Because of all this pollution, all this wicked. They're not managing the earth correctly, like how the scriptures tell you to manage. The scriptures give you an exact guide on how to manage the earth. We even have a guide on how to deal with the poor and how to make people that are poor to get people out of that situation. We have a system for that, man. If you had an actual an actual vineyard, right? You would have to leave back a certain amount for the poor. Yeah. Esau doesn't think like that. Okay, he doesn't think like that. You see what I'm saying? He thinks of all me, and then he destroys his damn self, man. You got that?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, and verse 14. Verse 13, this wisdom have I seen also under the sun, and it seemed great unto me. There was a little city, and few men within it. And there came a great king against it, and besieged it,
right,
and built great bulwarks against it.
Right, there was a city, right? And then there was a great, there was a small city, and there was a great king that came up against that city. Man, go ahead.
Now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city, yet no man remembered that same poor man.
Right, we represent the poor wise man, all right? And the poor wise man delivered the city, meaning he saved the city from being destroyed. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 16, then said I, wisdom is better than strength.
Right, no, excuse me, but read that part where it said they remembered not the poor wise man.
Verse 15, now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city, yet no man remembered that same poor man.
Why didn't they remember him? Because he was poor, because he was insignificant to the world. You understand? But in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's valuable. Okay? Dealing with the elect. Go ahead. There's more in that, right? You read a little bit more in that, right?
Then said I, wisdom is better than strength.
Yes.
Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard.
Right. Wisdom is better than strength, but the poor man's words is despised. Okay? You see? So when we say something, they ain't going to listen, but everything we're saying is coming to pass. Because the Lord sent us. Yahweh Shem Yahushai sent us, man. And you're going to see, man. All right? The famine, like I said, is coming, man. That famine, where you're not going to be able to go into the store and buy bread. Because it's going to be, first of all, it's going to be too expensive. And it's going to be unavailable. Right? More on that?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 13 and 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue.
Oh, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. Like I said, if it was Jay-Z out here, or you know what I'm saying? Or somebody that, you know, Justin Trudeau, that demon, they would listen. Go ahead.
When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue.
Uh-huh.
And look what he said.
Right.
They extol it to the clouds.
They extol it to the clouds. I mean, he can say something, it don't have to even be deep. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo, his feet was like brass, yo, you know, like brownish. Oh, shit, brother, come on. Right? Go ahead. You've been bringing that up. Go ahead.
But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this?
Right.
And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow
Now, I
him.
remember I was watching the Apostles and Elders one day. This is like back in the day, right? Or when like years ago, man. It has to be like, to be honest, it has to be like 10 years ago, maybe. Right? No, maybe like 8 years ago. And I was in class at that time, right? I was doing like finishing a program, and there was this one she was from Nepal, one woman. I was watching the video, but I was trying to watch it on a low. I didn't want people to look at it. That's why I was kind of trying to block the screen. She came to ask me something. She's like, "Who the heck is that?" And she said it like that. She was like disgusted at it, but she didn't even know what it was about. But that's the spiritual thing. They seen that it was, you know, the poor man in the spirit. Okay?
Youth man Rastafari, man, you know, preaching the name of Rastafari, you know, it's still tough child. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulon,
We're Israelites, brother.
Gad, Reuben, Naphtali,
We're Israelites. So, brother, let me ask you a question. What tribe are you from? We're Israelites. What tribe are you
I'm from the tribe of Zebulon, you know, Zebulon, man. Rastafari tribe, you know, that's what it be, man, you know. Yeah, man, you sis, man, whatever,
You're from Zebulon?
That's what's still straight up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. What do you know about the Bible?
Yeah, honestly, the Bible is some next level shit. The Bible is a mystical book. Bible is a magical book, you know. It's a book full of formulas, so it's a divine book, you know. Divine arts is the Bible, you know, and that's what it is. Like it's a fable of divine art and the mystic, you know.
No, it's
and that's
real.
what it is. When you see there's demon eyes, and you know, it's like demon eyes.
It's real. It's not divination. It's real. And the Lord is coming back to judge His place.
No, that's true, man. When you got the demon eye and straight up thing, you know, the judgment time, you know. That's why everybody got to unite.
Listen. Let me show you something. Everyone is not going to.
The Antichrist, the anti-one.
Everyone is not going to unite.
It's just an anti-two, yeah, man.
This is what I'm saying. Everyone is not going to. Just slow down, bro. Slow down, bro. I know your spirit is excited, but let's hold on. Hold your spirit. Hold it, brother. Okay. So ultimately, right, the Lord is coming back to judge. All right. So He's going to bring out an elect of our people, an elect. Right? So we have to come and we have to be cleansed. See? So we see that right now. I see right now you have some type of demon in you. Okay? So that demon have to come out. The demon have to come out.
The Bible straight up to itself, you know. If you believe that the Bible is word for word, boom, demon took us already, man. It's false prophecy that took you right there, man, you know.
Romans 7 and 12. Wherefore the law is holy.
Take it easy, man.
And the commandments holy and just and good.
What? Read. Was it enough? Who was reading? What?
This is Isaiah. You asked for Isaiah 24 last?
Yes, right. Isaiah 24 and 4.
Yeah. Isaiah 24 and 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away.
Yeah.
The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Well, that's it. Okay, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants. Right? Starting with the Edomites, all right? They're the keepers of the house. You see? And this is all because of their ways, you know? Through the spiritual demon Satan. What you got, bro?
This is Isaiah 26 and 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. And the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
Right, that's it. And that's what He's doing. All right, even in the land of Israel, there's all kind of wickedness and pollution going on there, and it's cursed. Okay, that land is cursed right now. That's why it's not flourishing with greenery. They need to transport. They have to transport trees and stuff. Okay, but that same thing happened. Get me you know what that is in Kings with the lions? You know what that is? Okay, whoever gets it first, bro. Baba Kusha, get that. All right, with the lions, when the Ethiopians were up in there, okay, the Lord sent lions among them, right? Because they're not the Israelites. Okay. You see what you got? What you got? Something else? What?
Isaiah 60 and 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
Yeah.
But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and His glory shall be seen upon thee.
Yeah. His glory is going to be seen upon the elect. All right. Especially as this time gets closer, the scriptures speak about how the light shining brighter and brighter to that perfect day. All right. So the elect is shining bright. You people are getting dimmer. The elect is shining brighter. You're more uncertain. You're more confused. But it's more clear. It's becoming more, as these days go by, it's coming more clear how the Lord is doing things. Okay? There's more? Go ahead.
2 Timothy 3 and 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived.
Right? And that's what's happening. They're being deceived, man. You see, like that man that came up, he had a demon on him. And he was being deceived by that demon. It was clear to see he had a demon on him, man. Okay, but we're teaching right now. We got time to deal with that demon, though. You know? But that's what he had on him. You see? Go ahead. Go ahead, brother. That's it.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared.
Right, the truth that has been so long without fruit shall be declared. Now it's being declared. Now you're seeing camps pop up even more. You're seeing brothers go out even harder. So the truth is being declared, man. Even these people, regular people in the world, are saying things that we've been saying for the longest time. Why? Because the truth is being declared, starting with our apostles and elders. Okay? Go ahead.
Proverbs 12 and 19, the lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment.
Yeah, that was the joy of the hypocrite. Go ahead, brother.
The precept you asked for the lions?
Right.
This is 2 Kings 17 and verse 26. Wherefore they spake to the king of Assyria, saying, the nations which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria know not the manner of Yahweh of the power of the land. Therefore he hath sent lions among them, and behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of the power of the land.
Right. So ultimately, that because they weren't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, it was cursed. All right. So it's the same thing with those Amalekites in there right now. Okay, that's why the land is cursed. That's why it's constant war. You know, as soon as they got there was a war. There was a bombing. Okay, by the I believe it was the Egyptian president. Okay. See, because why? They're not supposed to be there. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 1 and verse 7. Your country is desolate, your cities are burnt with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence. It is desolate as overthrown by strangers.
It's desolate as overthrown by strangers, man. Okay? And right now it's the same scenario, man. Our land is overthrown by strangers. But it's about to be given back to us, man. The Lord prophesied that. Okay, he said that what? He's going to bring us into the land by his own hands. Anyone have Joel the 3rd chapter? Shaquat, Joel the 3rd chapter. Right? You got something? Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past, intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up.
Right. That's gonna be ultimately in the kingdom. All right. All this is gonna be quenched. But even now, you're seeing righteousness spring up through us. All right. What?
Verse 34. But judgment only shall remain, truth shall stand, and faith shall wax strong.
Right. And our faith is waxing strong day by day. All right. Because we understand, we see this man going down. We see these people going down. All right. We see the elect being sealed. Okay. We see the different things that the Lord is showing us through the Spirit. Okay. Angels, different, brothers being healed. Demons exercising demons, things like that. Okay. Go ahead.
And the work shall follow, and the reward shall be showed, and the good deeds shall be enforced, and wicked deeds shall bear no rule.
Wicked deeds shall bear no rule. All right. So all them wicked deeds that these people are doing, they're gonna have to pay for that, man. And it's gonna be put out. All right. Go ahead, Shaquat.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and 1. For behold, in those days and in that time will I bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
So he's going to take the Israelites out of captivity because we ain't never been free from this captivity. What proves that? You have a birth certificate, a social security number, right? When you're free, you're supposed to be sovereign, okay? So the Lord is coming to take us out of this captivity, man. It doesn't mean necessarily captivity constantly. You got, you're thinking about how Esau did it. You're in a shack and he's beating you constantly. Not. That's not necessarily what captivity is speaking about, man. Just being under another nation, you know? You see? Boy, finish that out, bro. There's more than that, no?
Khan, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel.
So the reason he's setting up World War III is to deliver his people because of what they did to his people. All right? So he's going to set that up, and in the midst of it, the Lord is going to come back. Give me 2nd Ezra 13th chapter. All right? What?
Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Right. Matter of fact, keep reading.
Khan.
Keep going.
And they have cast lots for my
You have a
people.
precept that's going to tie into that? What? Read that precept.
This is Baruch 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity,
Yeah.
where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subjects of payments according to all
Are
the...
we not subject to payments? So we're under captivity, man. You got the car note, you got the insurance, you got the land tax, you got mortgage, you got rent, you got different shit. You're subject to constant payments. You're not sovereign in this place, man. And that's how Esau set it up, right? Go ahead.
To be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of your fathers, which departed from the Lord our power.
And the fact that these people don't own anything is going to make it so much worse. You see, that's why it's going to hit the first world countries the worst, because they don't really allow you to own it. You can't get an allodial title in Canada or America. That's not easy. Like, that's like a very hard, difficult thing. So meaning what? The government can still go and grab your crib anytime they want to. And they have certain laws in the bill where they can do that in a crisis. All right? So you don't own no farmland where you can just live off of the land. No. No. All right? So that's how Esau set you people up, man. And you're going to see. You're going to see when that famine comes. You're going to see when you can't go into the grocery store to get no food. You're going to see. You're going to feel the effects of that, man. And you women that think it's so, you're on the top of the world, right? You're gonna be humbled down in that day, man. A lot of women are becoming homeless, but the time that's coming, man, boy, on a I don't need a man spirit, yo, bro, they're gonna wish they could go back to the 1800s, man. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's what we're coming to, man. Go ahead.
On Joel 3:3, and have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
Right.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon,
Yep.
and all the coast of Palestine?
Right. Speaking about what? Them so-called Africans and them so-called Arabs, man. They have to do with what? The slave trade. Okay, they're all part of that. Go ahead.
Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
Right.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Right, so you sold our people into the Grecians, unto the Edomites. All right? That's what you did, man. You were part of that. Capturing, building the boats. You see? So you're guilty of that, man. Go ahead.
That ye might remove them far from their border.
Keep going.
Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabines, to a people far off.
Right, and we're going to sell you to them Hamites, man, and these different nations. Okay? So you people, you're going to learn, man. These Edomites are going to learn respect in that day, man. See, now the Edomites are shooting water bottles and brothers' bags, you know? You know what I'm saying? Just being disrespectful. Well, that's okay. In that time, that's going to be done away with, man. Right? And if a brother want to make an Edomite stairs, he can do that. If you want to make an Edomite carpet, you can do that. All right? It's just an Edomite. Go ahead. That's it on that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together, And all that took them captives held them fast.
That was in where? That was in America. That never happened no other time in history. That's how you know it's speaking about America. Because ultimately, there was a separation after the time of King David, or King Solomon. All right? And then Israel, the 10 tribes, went up to the other side of the earth. And then it was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi predominantly in the Eastern Hemisphere. Eastern Hemisphere. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi was in the Eastern Hemisphere. Okay? Eastern Hemisphere is on that side of it. So ultimately, they were there, and we only came together after the slave trade. That's when we came together, man. All right? Go ahead. And you have all the tribes in America. You got Issachar in abundance, man. Issachar, go to Texas. Go to New Mexico. Go to California. There's all kind of Issacharites. Go to New York and up north, Connecticut and all these different places. All kind of Ephraimites. All kind of Zebulonites. You know? That's why you had this guy named Lao Shu, some Jake, that was speaking all them different languages. He had no problem finding people to speak all these different languages with, because he was in America. That melting pot whose scum is therein, as the scriptures say. Okay?
All that took them captives held them fast.
Yep.
They refused to let them go.
Yep. They refused to let them go, man. Because Esau, if you think Esau's just gonna let you go, let's say if you try to say, oh, I want to build the land, you think them Edomites are gonna let you go? They're not gonna let you go. All right? They're gonna make some law to tell you, no, you can't do that. Okay? If you try to be sovereign, that's what I mean. Because Jamaica, Haiti, these are all under Edomites. These are all Haiti's owned by France because they're in debt to France, right? You see? They call about independence. You Jamaicans are not independent, man. All right? Neither are any of you Caribbeans, man. You're debt slaves. That's what's really up. Okay? When you're in it says that the servant, the borrower is servant to the lender. Esau understands that. So you Jakes ain't free. Okay? You got something, bro?
But Haiti is free.
Huh? It's not really free, bro. It's not free, bro. How can it be free, bro? You got Esau running up in there stealing shit.
But the France doesn't do nothing for them.
Huh? No, France don't do nothing for them, but they're in debt to them. They're in debt.
Embargo. You mean embargo? Embargo. Like they don't get help from. They don't get help.
No,
from
but
nobody.
were they in debt for France? They were in debt, but then they paid it off, right? But then the earthquake came as soon as they paid it off.
I'm sure they pay that bill.
Huh? You're not sure? I think they might have like started to almost pay it off, and then the earthquake came, so then they needed help again. They needed aid after that
They
earthquake.
need help. Yeah, for sure.
So that means they're enslaved to whoever helping them, which is Esau. That's the facts, brother.
But nobody helping them really.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's how Esau operates, right? Because Esau, this is how Esau.
No, because Jamaica, you got England helping Jamaica.
Right. No. But let me show you this. How Esau operates, he has something called economic hit, right? So what he'll do is he'll come and he'll lend money to a country, right? Say like they're in need, he'll lend money to a country. And a lot of times he'll start the problem, and then when he lends it, he sends it with a crazy amount of interest, so they can never pay it back. So if he says, "Listen, I'm going to build this here," they can't say no. It's like, you owe me money, right? So they're owned by Esau. They're not free, brother. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. They're not free. They don't care. Now, even Jamaica, they say they're independent to Britain. They're not independent. No. They're not independent. None of them are independent. You know, China has a stake in it. Elam has a stake, but ultimately it's Esau. It's ultimately Esau, the British and whatnot.
What about Nigeria?
Where? Nigeria? Listen, all them countries, if they're like Nigeria, let me show you something. All them African countries, right? They're trying to get away from Esau now. Okay, like the biggest one that's trying to get away from him is Ghana. Ghana, his president's always saying, "Listen, we're going to stop taking this from France and such and such and such." They're only starting that now. You know what I'm saying? They're only starting that now. Okay. Go ahead.
Some way, somehow, there's still public leaders amongst them.
A lot of and most of them have public leaders amongst them, if not all of them, because you know what happens? They build up propaganda against them, all right, to get them out of the way. Okay, that's how it operates. Matter of fact, look up. Okay,
24. This is the book of Job, chapter 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Speak, right? So Esau Edom, regardless, but he was given power by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So that means all nations are under his subjection. Okay? You know, a nation may say, oh, we're free. Okay, we have independence. But the Lord sets up rulers, man. Okay, and right now, who's in power? The wicked, Esau Edom. The only way independence will come, especially for Israelite nation, is when the Redeemer comes, whose name is Yahweh Shai. Okay? This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and everything is just, smoke and mirrors. Okay? He'll make something happen, but he'll pretend like something is, but it's not. Okay? The truth is, all nations are under subjection to Esau Edom. This is Habakkuk 2 and 6. That's pertaining to the depths, how Esau gains his riches. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And the thick clay is referring to these depths, man. Okay? He lends you money at a high interest rate. Okay? Well, he'll lend you money at a high interest rate, knowing that you're not going to be able to pay it back. Okay? And then since you're saying, oh, I'm bankrupt, I can't pay you, then he's going to start setting up his businesses in your country. Okay? His different enterprises, and then he'll set up his government. Come to find out that the Ukraine president over there, he's a small hat, man.
Oh yeah.
Zelensky. Yep. And not only him, but also the prime minister over there, man. Okay? And who are the small hats? The Amalekites. The scriptures tell you that Amalek is the chief of the nations, man. But his latter end is that he shall perish forever. What's the paraphrasing? Okay? That goes back to what we brought up. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. The wicked is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, man. Amalek is one of his the head of the tribe. The head of the tribe of Esau.
Right? This is ABC News, which I'm going to find a better source too, because there it is. How colonial era debt helped shape Haiti's poverty and political unrest. So the reason they're in the situation they're in is because of that debt going back to France. I'm going to read it. It says, when Haiti won its independence nearly 200 years ago, it came at a hefty price, an estimated $21 billion today. That's what the equivalent of what they charged them for the freedom, so-called, came at a price of debt. Right? Get me that the servant, the debt is the lender, the borrower servant to the lender. Get me that. Okay? The country spent. Matter of fact, get me that. Yeah, get me that on the blue letter and get it in the NLT, man. It says, right? It was an estimated $21 billion today. The country spent the next century paying off the debt to its former slave owners in France. You see, it's a financial conundrum that those experts and historians say have helped keep some formerly colonized countries impoverished. The demand by former slave owners and colonizers for pay in exchange for independence, so-called. Okay, the French recognized Haiti's independence in 1825, but in return demanded a hefty, whatever, like I read before. It took Haitians a century, so on and so forth. By forcing Haiti to pay for its freedom, France essentially ensured that the Haitian people will continue to suffer the economic effects of slavery for generations to come, because they were butthurt because they beat them. All right, when it came to that slavery, they beat them. So what they did, they gave them into debt. They gave them a hefty debt. That's how Esau operates all around the world. All these third world countries are in debt to Esau because he forces them to take the deals. Oh, they're independent, but he's forcing them to take the deals. And if they don't, they'll make oh no, he's wicked. Look, he's oppressing the people. We got to go in there. Or Panama, same thing. But he set up, what does he do? He sets up terroristic groups to go up against him. And so, there's a rebel, ISIS, this, that. That's how he moves. He's a deceiver. You have to understand that. Although it might not say it on paper, they are slaves to, brother, when you look down to the basic, when you break it down, they're slaves. Read that. Who got that?
Come.
Read that.
You want to NIV first or King
Yeah,
James Version?
NLT or NIV, whatever it is.
Come. And this is Proverbs 22 and verse 7, the NLT. Just as the rich rule the poor, so the borrower is servant to the lender.
That's the NIV?
Come. NLT.
That's the NLT one?
Yeah.
So read the NIV. Let me see what that says.
Come.
A servant. What is a servant? A servant is a slave. Okay? So if you're in debt to somebody, you're a slave to that. Because when you're working, who are you working for ultimately? Working for the person you need to pay back.
You can download the Buddha?
Okay?
I have it.
That's how it works, man.
Go on the Buddha.
That's how it operates. Okay, go ahead, bro.
This is Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
Right, that's Esau Edom, man. Okay, he's more subtle. You see what I'm saying? Meaning what? He's not gonna come direct to you. He's gonna slither around, man. Right? That's how the so-called white man operates, man. Okay, he's a serpent. Go ahead.
This is the book of Job 24 and 22. He, speaking of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, drive also the mighty with his power. The mighty is referring to Esau Edom. He rises up and no man is sure of life.
That's it. Go ahead, read that.
The NIV, Proverbs 22 and verse 7, the rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender.
All right, there we go. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted that one too, right? It says straight slave to the lender. That's the bottom line. If you're in debt, and that's why it's a debt-based society, okay? And these other countries, damn sure, they ain't gonna let you, Jake, to be sovereign, bro. That's one thing Esau's not going to do. What happened when he tried to let Jake and America be sovereign? They started to build it. They had Black Wall Street, they had Rosewood, they had Central Park, they had all these different places we ain't never heard about. And then Esau got jealous because he saw we were prospering over him. And what did he do? He destroyed those towns. And a lot of those towns, right now, they got lakes over them. They got lakes over them, they got parks. Because that's what Esau said, listen, if we get our foot off their neck, right? If we keep our foot off their neck, they might surpass us, man. That's how Esau, because he remembers that's what happened in what? In the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
We have the records.
We have the record. Well, it's not. You can't think that these devils, the elites, they don't study the past, man. They study history. You know? This is Romans 13 and verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh. Bashim Yahushai, the powers that be are ordained of the Most High. Whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
Hold on, right? Because Esau's in power, right? It says what? A number of countries sent large contingents of disaster relief, medical staff, technicians for reconstruction, and security personnel, notably the governments of the United States, the UK, Israel, Dominican Republic, Canada, Brazil, Italy, and Cuba have all sent money to who? Haiti. After the earthquake. You think Esau does something for fun? You think he's sending you money? No, bro. He's not sending money to help you. He's sending money so he can find a way to slither in there and own you. That's how Esau operates, man. You see? You understand what I mean? Yeah, so that's the bottom line. Okay? Even though it might say, you might be on paper, okay, they're independent, but really when you break it down, it's not. There's no independence, bro. You know? No independence, bro. Okay? You see, a lot of them Levites are smart though, because I remember there was one, the Fox News, one of the reporters was there, and the Levite girl was cursing him. All right, saying we don't want you in our country, man. God, we don't want you in our country, man. Okay? I am legend, though. They don't want you in our country, man. Where's your mask at? All right? Where's your goddamn mask? Go ahead.
Proverbs 12 and 10. A righteous man regarded the life of his peace, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
The tender mercies of the wicked are cruel, man. All right? So that's how Esau operates. He's not going to give you something free. Understand that. And they were stealing all kind of shit when they were going there to help them, man. Oh, including children. They have people stealing Levite children in the church. What are they doing? Just bringing them to the Clinton Foundation was a big part of that, man.
They were selling, they were stealing bones too.
Brains. Oh yeah, because they deal with that witchcraft a lot too. They go, a lot of them go visit the priest out there. You know? What you got, bro? This is the book of someone, the left-hand priest.
The book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, and verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagines how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
Or you will not be satisfied with blood.
If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, there shall he undermine thee.
And I believe that leader was set up by them too. Who's that leader in Haiti right now?
Right?
You know about it?
The new one?
Yeah. You don't know about it? Or the last one? From what I heard, but that's I didn't check the facts, but I heard he had to sit down with the Russians. Okay, they were trying to build things over there and this and that. Okay. Well, he was definitely set up by
Moise is the one who refused the Jews.
Oh, you refused the Jews? I didn't know about that. But he was definitely set up by Esau. I remember there's something like that in Haiti. I remember something like that. Because he was close with the guy that was there before. And he's definitely plugged in. His name, the singer. Wycliffe? No, not Wycliffe. Michel Martelly, yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do some more research on it anyway. I'm gonna do some more research. Go ahead.
Sirach 13, now start at 3. The rich man hath done wrong, and yet he threatens withal. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee.
Right. Yeah, so Esau's always looking for the profit. He's never going to give you something without receiving something. I don't care what it is, man. Right? He always has a plan in the back of his mind. That's how he operates, man. He's not a genuine person. There's nothing Esau has ever given that was genuine. He always had an ulterior motive behind it. Okay? Go ahead.
If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear. He will not be sorry for it. If he
will not be sorry for it. I didn't do it. Okay? That's Esau. Go ahead.
If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee, and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair.
That's a
and
villain,
say,
man. You'll smile upon him. That's a fucking villain, man. Right? So all these villains, stop making Esau heroes, man. Don't put no Edomites as heroes, man. Make them all villains, man. Go ahead.
and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair, and say, what wantest thou?
Yeah.
And he will shame thee by his meats, until he have drawn thee dry twice or thrice.
Right.
At the last, he will laugh at thee to scorn afterwards.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? He said, I believe there's rumors that are saying that whole earthquake was heart. There's a lot of rumors that was that was heart. You know? As soon as they paid off that debt, man. They said, yeah, we got something ready for you, man. Need some help? Go ahead.
When he seeth thee, he will forsake thee, and shake his head at thee.
And I remember when that happened, bro. I remember when that happened. I don't want to leave my friend, but I remember when that happened. I was like, yo, it's crazy. It's a crazy time,
Ecclesiasticus 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealing, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right, so it's going to be translated from Esau to us. Okay, the next rulers is the Israelites, it's us, man. Okay, under Yahushua. All right, Esau's not going to continue to rule in wickedness, and the Lord's not going to do that. The Lord is preparing, man. All right, to come up against him. All right, all these things that's being set up is set up by the Lord, man. Okay, go ahead.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. The physician cutteth off a long disease. And he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
That's it. That's it. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 14:7. And he do it good. He do it unwillingly.
That's it.
And at the last he will declare his wickedness.
You will, at the last he'll declare, you'll find out it was all a plot. You find out it was all a plot from the beginning, man. That's how Esau operates, man. All right? That's how we can say things and we know it like before we just know based on the scriptures. We know it has to be that because Esau's a devil. He ain't gonna, you know, that's true for the poor Haitians, you know. That's how I always like the Haitians. You know, the Creole and the Zouk. The Zouk is my favorite, right? The Zouk was Bill Clinton's favorite, right? These guys are devils, man. Okay. There's more than that, bro? Okay. More than that, bro? That's something.
This is Psalms 55 and verse 21.
Yep.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn
Yeah,
swords.
they were drawing swords, man. All right. Esau, he'll talk sweetly with his lips, but in the back, he's looking to deceive you. That's the same thing he did with us, did with the Native Americans. That's what he does always, man. Everywhere he goes, man. Even now, all right, with these different things that's set up. That's all set up to deceive these people, man. Before they know it, they're going to be in that pit. All right? That's something about it.
Isaiah 60:9. Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ship of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy power, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he had glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy wall.
It's because the deliverance is going to come by Yahweh Bashim. That's right. Those that are in the islands, okay, that are in the islands, they're going to be delivered by Yahweh Bashim. There's no such thing as a free. The nations that are under subjection in those countries, you can't say that they're free. Right? They're all under subjection when they do something.
Well, another thing that proves that, right? Let them do something that's against what Esau wants and see what happens. Let them try to make a gold standard or something. You know, you're gonna see. Well, they did it with Gaddafi, and he has an army. Libya has an army. Where's the Levite army? Where's the Jamaican army at? Where's the Trinidadian army? That's a bunch of jakes with rocks. That's not gonna do nothing. All right. So ultimately, the nuclear. It's like I don't know what it's like. It's like I don't know, bro. You know, it's like you're playing a video game with somebody, and you know you can destroy them, right? Like it's a bot, you know. You know you can destroy them, and you're just playing with them. He never beat you a slacker. No, but you're just playing with them, right? I had him sweating too, right? He was sweating.
Yeah, he was
sweating each game. Right? He was right. You know you could beat them, right? You know it's like a little kid. Right? And you pretend, oh, okay, boom, boom, boom. You let them beat you up a bit, but you already know from the beginning where it was. You understand what I'm saying? You were always in control. Esau's still in control. I don't care what he tells you. You know? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 30:8. For it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will break the yoke from off thy neck, and I will burst off thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve the Lord their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them.
Right, they will serve David their king. Okay? They're not going to stay on them that smoke. Okay? Which is who? The Edomites. That's who smote us. That's who put us in captivity. That's who's oppressing to this day. Get me Isaiah 14 and 2. There's a lot more. Oh yeah. Here, there you go. Read it, bro.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Take them captives, whose captives they were. Who were we captive under? All right? Under the Edomites. All right? So the Lord said there's going to be retribution and we're going to get them back. In other words, we're going to take them as slaves under us. Very simple. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
And we shall rule over our oppressors. That's the good news. This is the gospel. All right? This was promised to us from before. This was promised to our forefathers, man. Okay? Going back to what? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are the 12 tribes, man. All right? Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
Right? He's going to give us rest. Okay? Right? He's going to give us rest. Well, technically, you know what, bro? You know what? Let's do it like this. Okay? Since that topic came up, I'm on the topic through the Spirit. Right? Let's do it like this. You could say Judah's free, right? Judah's been so-called emancipated. No, he's still under Esau. He's still in the Esau's thumb. You know what I'm trying to say? He's still in the Esau's thumb. Okay? He ain't, you know, emancipation means what? What does that mean? It means the transfer of ownership. Just like if you have a daughter, right? You want to give her over to another man, you're emancipating her. You're not freeing her, you're emancipating her. You understand? She got a new owner now. Oh yeah, people are so sovereign. Ain't nobody got that side. Nobody's sovereign. Because if someone was sovereign, they would be able to go and travel. You can travel. You should be able to take that boat from Haiti to wherever you want to go. You can't take that boat. If they catch you they have maritime laws. Right? They'll sniper your ass, man. Okay? They'll see, okay, there's a little blonde here. No, black, okay, bah. That's how they deal. So ultimately, Esau, no-fly zones, social securities. Do they have social security? I'm sure they do, right? Of course. Which I don't even know. I don't even know if they have it in Jamaica, but I'm sure they do.
Haiti? I don't think so.
You don't think so? No? They have birth certificates? Okay. All right? Which, you know what I'm saying? If you have a birth certificate, it's the same thing. Right? Esau is counting all the people on the earth. He has tallies of all the people on the earth. Okay, passports. If not, you can't operate in the world. How are you going to own a business? How are you going to do business with other nations? How are you going to do anything? You need that. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead. Matter of fact, look that up to see if they have a passport, please. Look if they have not a passport, social security. Just double check that for me, please. Go ahead.
Isaiah 11:9, they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious.
Yeah, so that's it, man. See, how was Shai said to give us our rest? Okay, that's the bottom line. Go ahead, brother.
2 Ezra chapter 2 and verse 34. And therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen, that hear and understand, look for your shepherd. He shall give you everlasting rest, for he is nigh at hand, that shall come in the end of the world.
That's who's going to give us our rest, man. Okay, that's who's going to deliver us from, well, it says he's going to deliver us from captivity. Right? So who's in captivity? The Israelites. All right? Sorry, you got something?
What? Because the nations, because not all Israel is going to perish during the final destruction. Some of them that are scattered, they're going to have to be brought to Yahweh Shai in order for them to receive that judgment too. And those that, like it says in Luke 19:27, it says, those my enemies that would not that I reign over them, slay them before me.
Yeah, so some people, the Lord wants to kill them person. He wants a person on him to preserve him. Telling the angels, no, preserve him, preserve him, preserve him. You know? They're going to get in the mark of exemption just to bring him to that point. You know, you know? Ah, bro. There's a lot of wicked people out here, man. And he's a lot of special judgment to set up here, man. You know? You found that, brother?
Something that says, any child born to a Haitian parent, father or mother, and the jurisdiction of the consular section of the embassy of Haiti can get a birth certificate.
Can get a birth certificate?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe not everyone can get this birth scheme. Okay. What?
Baruch 4 and 21.
Check up if is it law to get a birth scheme. Is it law? What?
Baruch 4 and 21. Be of good cheer.
I'm going to baby.
Right. But I want to see if it's law though. But don't. No, but it's not, I'm not even looking for birth certificate. I'm looking for social security. I'm not even looking for it.
Baruch 4 and 21. Be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power and the hand of the enemy. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you. And joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of mercy, which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting our Savior.
Right. The mercy is going to come to who? The Israelites. But yet choose Israel. Go ahead.
For I sent unto you with for I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but the Most High will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. Verse 30. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve.
So these other nations, our enemies, they're going to be miserable. They're getting miserable now. Right? But it's gonna be worse. You see? Go ahead.
Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved with her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High.
Those that are scattered, they'll be gathered to Yahweh Shai.
That's it. That's it. Alright? That's it.
This is Isaiah. Here's the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, and verse 20. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord of hosts in the land of Egypt. For they shall cry unto the Lord because of the oppressors, and he shall send them a Savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them.
Right, that's it. That's Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is going to deliver our people from this condition. Right? What does it say in Deuteronomy 28th chapter? It says, no man, as a matter of fact, right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 68. And it reads, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see
That's
it.
speaking about this transatlantic slave trade, right?
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Right, you're sold for slaves and no man delivered us. Who's going to deliver us? Yahweh Shai. And he's not coming as a man. The scripture says, I shall not meet thee as a man. Right? He's coming to bring a lot of pain. Alright? You see, he's coming to bring pain. You see? Get me Isaiah 63, bro.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 63, and verse 1, and it reads, who is this that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiments.
Right, so ultimately the Lord's coming to do a lot of killing, man. Let's get some last scriptures.
Book of Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Right. Say the Lord shall be good.
Jeremiah 25 and verse 32, thus said the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coasts of the earth, and the slain of the Lord shall be that day from one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground.
They shall be dung upon the ground, man. That's how much death is going to be on the Lord comes back. You got some, Shaquat?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 52 and 11. Depart ye, go ye out from thence, touch no unclean thing. Go ye out of the midst of her, be ye clean that bear the vessels of the Lord. For ye shall not go out with haste, nor go by flight. For the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, will go before you, and the power of Israel will be your reward.
Right. Well, they got from mountain to hill. See how people, right? The thing happened in Haiti, they're trusting on who? The governments. Oh, no, this guy's helping this. They're trusting in them different hills and mountains. Oh, the scriptures say don't accept the meat of a man who have an evil act, because he will surely vomit it up. What you got, bro?
Isaiah 9 and 5.
It always comes with something.
For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garment rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
The Lord is going to bring that fire. What you got, brother?
Isaiah 49 and 22, thus said the Lord power, behold, I will lift up mine hand to the Gentiles, and set up my standard to the people. And they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. And the kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face towards the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me.
Right, you got Israelites that read this and have Edomites actually do it, and they don't even know if they're Edomites. They don't even know. They're doing that because of that vain, because that's what they're all about. That shows you what they're about. They gloat in that shit. Kids like, stay down there. But bro, you work at Walmart, bro. Okay, because your boss tell you go, Jerome, go put his boxes in them. Okay, all right. But you tell people, kids, that's just vainglory. That's why a lot of them are in the truth, to get that vainglory. Alright? Which is not going to do nothing for you. You ask some basic questions about the scriptures, they don't know. Basic shit. Okay? What's the word? What's the word? What word? The bird is the word. What? Oh, man. Bird is letters. You know what I'm saying? These guys don't, you know what I'm saying? You ask the basic things, ABC. They don't know. Because they're all about that BS, man, that vanity. You got something else, though?
Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? But thus said the Lord, even the captive of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contended with thee, and I will save thy children.
Who's the mighty? Esau, Edom. Okay, so he's going to deliver the captive from the hands of the mighty. Man. He's going to come in and take us from him, man. Right? You got a dude there with a sword and armor. You know what I'm saying? You got a captive, so they'll pull up your house. I'm taking this. No, I'm taking this. Okay? Now he tries something, he deals with him like unback. You see that unback, man. He hit him up like unback, bro. You don't know what's up. You know what happened. When he beat the chest.
This is Zephaniah 3 and verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation and all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Zephaniah 3 and verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even my fierce anger, For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
That's it. The Lord is angry now what Esau has been doing. All right, what he's been doing to his people. All right. So the Lord is going to bring judgment, man. Ain't no joke. All right. So anyways, with that, we're going to close up. We're going to give all praises, doing honor to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem, Okakudash.
Cover us to the apostle and others of great also who taught me this truth. Shalom, much love and salutations to you out there fighting a good fight of faith. We're almost out of here, man. Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.
Yeah. God bless you, Yasharala.